Grand Rising family. Buenos dias. Alrighty then. How many of y'all got pissed off by those horoscope readings, huh? I had so many people comment on some of those videos talking about you should really fix your teeth, bro. Oh my god, what's up with your teeth, bro? Oh man, this is what happens when you're on drugs. La 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 la. And I had never showed those comments to my wife until yesterday. Until last night, I showed it to her. I was like, look, babe, you want to see something? She's like, why are people so mean? Why don't they just, like, get off your channel if they don't like what you're saying? I said, because hurt people hurt people. Now, the reason I do what I do is shadow work. To reveal the shadow, because your shadow is your purpose. I'm going to repeat that. The things that you repress about yourself are the things you actually want to be doing, saying, communing, whatever it is that you want to be doing. And let's talk about my teeth, shall we? Every single one of these teeth are my teeth. They're my teeth. And see, I have missing ones because they rotted and decayed because of cavities, because of the food that this earth has made, or should I say the companies have made them unsafe and toxic, so that it creates holes in your teeth to provide for this industry of hurt. And then what do? They patch it up. You don't really get to the root of the issue of why you have cavities. The dentist doesn't really tell you. He's like, oh, okay, well, let's fix this hole. Yeah, they'll tell you, oh, don't stop eating candy, stop drinking Coke, blah, 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 blah. But what the dentist doesn't realize, and I know, and you know, that's a coping mechanism. Eating candy, drinking soda. You had a shit day, and so now I'm gonna have a Coke. Fuck them. Fuck you and fuck that. It's the only thing that brings a smile to my face. Wasn't that one of the marketing traits Coca-Cola said? Have a Coke and a smile. Yeah. Because I don't want you to really dive in and talk about your vulnerabilities. Nobody wants to talk about the fact that everybody thinks vulnerabilities are weakness, when in fact of the matter is, it is your strongest, deepest, most chorus strength you got. You want to talk about my teeth? Cool. Sit down. Get your hot drinks. Because it's going to be a sad one. I'll tell you the story. I'll tell you a story. A story that happened to me as a child. Child abuse is real, y'all. And it might not be because I didn't get beat. I didn't end up in the hospital with bruises and cuts and broken bones, thrown down the stairs. Mental abuse, emotional abuse is a whole other level. And that level is what makes mental illness. And you have to fortify your mind when you're fighting these demons. And I call them demons because these are the shadows of these a-holes that they refuse to see in themselves. And how they treat other people because they believe to be perfect. When they had the same teeth once upon a time. But unlike us, our parents didn't have the money. Or the family unit got broke up when dad divorced mom and left. And suddenly we didn't have insurance anymore. My older sister and my older brother both had their teeth fixed. The younger brother and me, we didn't get our teeth fixed. my other brother, he didn't have them so bad as me. Yeah, like this one's, these that they say are here, they're the worst. The worst to fix. That means braces and I don't know what. I went to dentists. I went to dental hygienist and orthodontist, sorry. The fixing of your teeth. Because it talks about like the way you bite and is it causing headaches, the tension in your mandible of the TMJs, is the blood flowing properly, and there's a lot of intricacies when it comes to teeth that I've only researched a little bit. Funny that today is 69. 69 is teeth, and we've been on that 69 perimeter. That's the higher self teeth. Now, all that shit that they were doing to me at a very young age, they would make fun of my teeth. And these were all my own family members. At school, I used to be called what? Fang, shark teeth, shark bait, just shark. My teeth were like a shark. My teeth were like a shark. So I have a little shark here. And I put a fucking crystal right in his mouth. My teeth were like, they called me shark, they called me fang, they called me a whole bunch of shit in high school. And at home. It started at home. You know what I realized today? You know why people wear hoodies? It's a comfort blanket. You remember that kid in Charlie Brown who walked around with his blanket? It was a comfort blanket. Do you know why people sometimes they get a whole lot of piercings or tattoos? To build up thicker skin? Do you know why they say, I need thicker skin? Because of all the abuse you're being faced with. Do you know why people get fat? Subconsciously, your body is creating some form of insulation to protect you from the verbiage that's coming your way. The attacks of these words that are hurting you. But some of us don't say anything because they're your family. And they're only playing around. It's just a joke. Woo! I am La Supra Cobra, delivering the messages for today from the Divine Mother. And yeah, I dive a lot in the shadow. Because that's the part that you're brilliant. You're amazing. That's the part that you repress. That's the part that we need in this world. That's the part that they think vulnerability is weakness. When I tell you it is your strength. Now, had my family brainwashed me into believing that I was ugly because of my teeth, had I fallen for that trap, and I fell for that trap for many years. It took me leaving Texas, moving to Virginia, which is about 1,500 miles away. About 1,500 miles away, like the furthest end. I literally went to the furthest end, all the way far off. I am literally on the edge of the East Coast. I'm on the edge. It's called Virginia Beach. All the way from Laredo, Texas. You can look it up on a map. Go ahead. Look it up. I traveled many miles away to get away from these people. And at the time, I didn't know it was them. At the time, you don't realize who your abusers are until you leave. Until you leave that place. And then you also have to deal with withdrawals. It's like a drug-induced coma. It's like being on drugs. You're so used to this abuse, you don't even fucking realize it. Until you're gone. Until you go to a different place, into a different race, ethnics. I mean, Virginia Beach is a port right off of Norfolk, so there's a lot of Navy people here that come from all over the world. So there's a lot of races here, there's a lot of ethnics here, there's a lot of different cultures here, and I love it. That was why I loved Austin, Texas. The many different colors of people, and the many different ways that they are. That's where I thrive. That's where I can see the beauty in everybody and just see God's creatures, God's children, and the beautiness that they are. Don't make me cry, because I will. But yeah, if my family won, and I take it like this, if they had brainwashed me so much that I was hurt, right, into fixing my teeth. Now remember that veneers, because I've been seeing a lot of commercials after people talking about my teeth, I've been seeing a lot of these commercials where people just like patch up the teeth and pop in like those grills, dentures, anything to cover up what's broken and what's broken, beaten and battered and bruised and discolored. Let me tell you about me. I'm a Taurus. My sun sign, she's a Taurus. And us Tauruses, we don't cry in front of people. We don't. We cry in our cars when there's no one around, and we will make sure no one is around to see us. We cry in bathrooms, in stalls, bathroom stalls. We cry in the closets in the dark. We cry under covers, silently, the tears just running down, not making a sound. Now, I know it'll be very difficult for you to understand that Tauruses cry because of our exterior. I would say we're one of the biggest signs in the zodiac, in the creature-wise, right? We're a bull. We're thick, muscular. We're the muscle. If you look at the fixed signs on the cross that God has placed there, they're fixed. Listen to what the zodiacs tell you. It's fixed signs. Why do you think they're fixed? It's not that we're stubborn, although all of you want to say that it is, because you guys run away from the truth that we tell you. Because the truth that we give you is a hard pill to swallow. Sometimes it is. Sometimes the truth is a hard pill to swallow because you don't even want to fucking believe it. You don't even want to phantom that it's even fucking true. No, fuck you. Okay. Fuck me then. Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpios. We're fixed. Do you know what that means? It's like we've been neutered. It's like we've been so manipulated and brainwashed. Or is it that God has made you a specific way to persevere the crap that you're going to go through? The mental abuse, the emotional abuse, the physical abuse that some of you have to endure, the sexual abuse. Like, quite frankly, I thank my lucky stars. I thank God every day for that one. No way. That's a hard pill to swallow for those of you who have gone through that. Because I would have been in jail. I'd have been in jail had it happened to my kid or something like that. I think that's why another thing that I'm gay. Think about it. Think about it, y'all. Seriously, think about this. I freak out when my dog, who is my child, gets sick, ate something from the floor, when she's crying and she hurt and she broke a toenail and she's bleeding. Like, the strain that hits my heart, it hits like my heart is breaking in half, like it's being torn. That's scary shit. That's some scary shit. Being parents, that's fucking scary shit. I don't care what anybody says. That is the scariest thing that anybody has to face. And some people just go in it willy-nilly. Like, fuck it, let's have kids. Yeah, let's get from the fucking government child support. Yeah, let's rank up the bill. Because the food stamp that they give out on child support is... not child support. The food stamp that they give out on those benefits for these people. I heard the other day somebody was getting like $4,000. Or 400. Maybe 400. $400 on food stamps. That's what they called it back then. I don't know what they call it now, but... $400? No, I don't even think it was 400. It was a ridiculous amount. It was $4,000. $4,000. I was like, what? What? Dude. It's crazy. I think I just flew off topic. But Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpios. We are designed to persevere through the darkness and the shadows of everyone else. And still not let it change you. I think that's what it means when it says fixed. That no matter what you go through, you're still that good, kind-hearted person. You're still that generous person. You're still considerate person. You're still a person who would look out for somebody even though they treated you like shit, and even though they hurt you and said some crap, you still look for them. Ain't that right, Aquarius? The heart of a Leo, the heart of a Taurus, the heart of an Aquarius, and the heart of a Scorpio. I know that most of you will be like, oh, you don't even know what Pisces go through. You won't understand what us Virgos have to go through. You're right, I don't. I don't even have a fucking Virgo placement in my chart. And I really want to say I'm not a pussy. But is that just me arming up your shadow to piss you off? To face your shadow and to wake up to it and acknowledge it. Those signs that I did on horoscopes, and I read them last night before I was going to sleep. I was watching them, and I was like, okay, I pissed a lot of people off. I got some comments about my teeth, so I know I hit a nerve. I hit a nerve. Okay, good. You got mad, so you came at me and hit me. Hit me with your best shot. Come on. So that means if you came at me about my teeth, I must have known you in my childhood. My cat got out at 2 a.m. Extremely cold outside. Oh, yeah, that sucks. Right? You must have known me in my childhood. Of my childhood wounding. And you want to come at me as an adult talking to me about my teeth? Which I never did fix. They still look the same. No braces. Still got my teeth. Can you say the same? Y'all punk ass bitches out there talking smack about my teeth? Can you say the same? Or are you packing fucking veneers? Are your teeth fucking real? When you want to come at someone sideways and tell them some shit about their teeth, when your teeth are all fucking fake, whether your grow cost you 5, 10 grand, I don't give a fuck. If it's a grow with diamonds or they're all pearly whites, I don't give a fuck. The fact that you would come at somebody about their body means that somebody hurt you of body shaming. What is it? What is it? Is it that beer gut that sticks out like you're pregnant? You pregnant homo? You prego? You don't like it, right? What's up with all those white hairs, fool? How come you only have a patch of white right here in your beard? What is that? It looks so weird. How come it's not like all, salt and pepper, all nice and pretty? Pretty trigger. Why do you fucking dye your hair all the fucking time, bitch? Can't you fucking let your gray hairs come out? Are you ashamed of growing old? You still want to look like you're 20 and immature? Oh, wait, you are immature. Even though you're like 50. Or are you 60 now? Who knows how old you are? Yo, most of these attacks, yo, I want you to be aware. Most of these hurtful attacks about your body are older people. People older than you. So I would say people born in the 70s, in the 60s, in the 50s, in the 40s, who talk about your body and want to shame you. Thank you, ancestors. Hail, Holy Queen, Divine Mother, Send the Master Spirit Team, come through me to deliver the message for today. Vulnerability. Why do we wear so many clothing? It's a comfort blanket. So all those people who, I want you to look out into the world. All those celebrities who wear hoodies. I can name a couple who are always walking around in a hoodie. Are they going to tell you, oh, it's because I'm trying to not be seen or whatever? Get the fuck out of here. Don't come to me and tell me you didn't want to be seen when you're a fucking celebrity right now. You wanted to be seen because in your life, as a child, you were never seen. Your parents were busy doing their own lives, didn't give a fuck about you, didn't even know if you ate or what clothes you were wearing, because if you got kidnapped, what the fuck would they tell the police? They wouldn't even know. Was the nanny there? Maybe she saw you. Maybe she didn't. Maybe it was one of those days you just escaped out of the window. And hence the word escape. Yeah. It's serious, y'all. When somebody comes at you with some fucking shit like that, you know you hit a nerve. And so, but just like these people, they don't want to face it. That they were a gaslighter, breadcrumber, made you feel like shit every fucking chance they got. Because somebody else made them feel like shit. Like their bully. And we're on a perimeter today of zeros. The handle is 30. At the bottom of the barrel, the learning curve is 90. The awareness between the masculine and the feminine at their roots, it's 60. At the top of the mountain, it's 150. Yo, this is God coming through on a Saturday to transmute that negative energy. Those negative words. Those negative thoughts that you think about yourself. Instead of you pointing it to yourself, you point it at someone else. Oh my God, your fucking teeth are ugly. Ew. Tell me something I don't know. Let me tell you something you didn't know. My sister was a dental hygienist. Worked in an orthodontist's office for years. Did she ask the doctor to get a discount to help her little sister? No. Did she help her brother that she loved the most because he was the most prettiest one in the family? Or everybody says he is, but ugh, inside of him is a whole other different spectrum. Did she help him? Oh yeah, I got Dad's insurance. I made sure I put it on there so you could get your teeth fixed. He had all these, all four. I saw pictures. And now he walks around like he's like Ken. I'm not gonna say names, but we all know who you are. My mother still has the same teeth. She's got this one. And I think maybe this one. We get them from our mom, our teeth. My dad, I don't remember my dad having crooked teeth. Let me see. No. He had them naturally straight. My father, he didn't consume a lot of crap when he was a young child because they didn't afford it. They couldn't afford candy. My father in the mornings would go hunting for squirrels to feed the family. At the time that he was born, and that was 1944. In the 40s. They lived out on a ranch, not in the city. They were ranchers. He made it his life mission to make sure that his children never picked cotton. I remember he would tell us that shit all the time. He's like, I never wanted you guys to go through that shit. And that's what a parent really does. They will sacrifice the shit that they went through so that their children don't go through it. That's a real parent. In case y'all didn't know. Because he used to talk about how his fingertips would bleed and get cut from picking cotton. I don't know if you guys know, when you pick cotton, there's like fucking thorns. There's like thorns at you, like rose bushes. But where the fucking cotton is, there's thorns coming at you. So every time you pick it, you get cut. On some parts of it. Can you imagine? He had to pick cotton to get, I don't know how much money it was back then, an hour. In the 40s. What was it? Like cents? Cents per hour? He vowed and he said, my kids will never pick cotton. And he sure, thanks, Dad. He sure did. Not one of us ever picked cotton. We didn't live in the ranch like that. We lived in the city now. Our family grew out of that workforce, let's say. Workforce. Because that's what they do. They bred people to do the same work for years. And then if you're not doing that work, well, you know, those plantation owners, they look for these families. Where are they? What are they doing now? And make sure that stuff doesn't work. You can't escape the job that we have created for you. The workforce we have created for you. This is what you're going to do for the rest of your life, and your entire family line is going to do it forever. What if? What if it's a hypothetical of maybe, possibly it could be? Think about the location of where you live. Think about the big businesses that are there. Like Pennsylvania. I think about Pennsylvania. What is it? It's all mechanical. Right? So it's like plants for production. I know Hershey's is there. So imagine their teeth. Because they've been getting lawsuits after lawsuits about the forever chemicals in their plastics of the bags that they put the candy in. It has nothing to do with the candy and everything to do with what you hold the candy in. It's what's messing with your body. Yo, fucking wow. This is why I had to change my diet several times because of that. You have to think about the candy and then the dyes. All the little beautiful colors and the M&Ms. There are worse things in the world, people, than for you to be fighting with someone who's trying to wake everybody up. Did you know that there was, back in the days, there was so many fucking hormones in the milk? This is what, back in the days, of what they said the food pyramid should be. Mook and dairy was like one of the bottom ones that you're supposed to consume the most, like cheese, milk, blah blah blah. It says I think it's just what they had the most of. Get rid of it. But the hormones that they were putting in the cows to produce so much milk, because, you know, then after a while people just wanted it and wanted it and wanted it. They created an addiction, which people didn't realize it was an addiction. But it wasn't an addiction, right? It was another way of coping with sadness, depression, anger, whatever. They have studied people, y'all. This is what they do. They watch you, observe, they track you. They make sure that the little ants are working according to schedule. I have been telling people for years to boycott these fucking, these pariahs. But like everybody in one day, we don't do this today. Oh, we don't do that today. Everybody's going to call off work today, this day. What's your excuse? I don't care. Everybody's going to call it because I want them to see that the reason they have the much money that they have is because of the workers. The essential workers that we could not stop during COVID. And we get paid by the hour. By the lowest single digit, because it has barely, what are we in 2025, and minimum wage is barely at $13. And these people have fucking millions and trillions and billions of dollars. Can you imagine if the level field was level, if the work field was leveled, if we all made the same amount of money? We'd all have the house we want. We'd all have the cars that we want. We'd all have the little toys and gadgets to play with. And nobody would be jealous or envious of what they have. Because everybody would have a Mercedes-Benz. Everybody would have, I don't know, a 3-story house. I don't know what people actually want as houses. Because, I mean, mine is always constantly flopping. I find myself watching people that live in RVs. I find myself watching people who build tiny homes. I find myself watching people who are minimalist. And then I'm like, and then the next day I'm like watching these people who just have plants throughout their whole house. Living like in a natural garden, jungle. I find myself watching people who collect every single little trinket and they arrange it so pretty in their house to make it look like art. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, the thing is that it's constantly shifting inside of you. And so, yeah, you might have a $3,000 house. Or I was going to say 3-story house. With all these rooms. You know. You could have all that. And then the next year, you're like, this is just too much. Because you realize the cleaning of it is a bitch. Fuck. It's just too much work. I'm here and I'm noticing like for instance here, dog hair. I gotta sweep here, I gotta vacuum here, I gotta dust here, la la la. I love dogs and I don't care that I'm gonna have to clean up after them because they bring emotional support to me of the family who disrespected me, who made me feel like nothing. Cheers. And I know I am not the only one, that the majority of these tarot readers out there all say the same thing. And you could take it to any format. You could be video making, which is also journaling. You could be radio host, which is also journaling. You could be writing, which is also journaling. You could be painting or drawing your life, which is also journaling. Everything is scrying. Everything. Everything that you do all relates back to you figuring out who you are. What you're here to do. What is your mission? What is your purpose? Do you paint? Do you draw? Do you write? Do you do video recordings of a podcast? What are you interested in? Criminal shows? Because that's what's like on fire right now. Were you killed in your past life? Or were you the killer? Do you always solve the crimes when you are watching one of these shows and then everybody looks around you like, how did you get that? No one even figured it out. It was easy. No, it wasn't. Not for your mind. What type of mind do you really have? Is it vindictive and malicious? Look to the names. Malicious. What name is it? What does it sound like? Take, for instance, my name. Con, right? Everyone's going to say she's a con artist. I'm a conner. I con people. I make them believe something that I'm not. Or was I made to believe that I was something that I am not? Think about it, y'all. I'm a fixed sign, Taurus. They tried to break my will. They tried to break my heart. They tried to break my mind and ride me. What are bulls? What do they do in the Hispanic culture? Bull riding. In Texas. wanted to ride me like the chariot because I walk with the Lord God. And I'm not the only one. Scorpio, Aquarius, Leos. You are built and bred in the light of God. You have a mission, you have a purpose. Tauruses persevere every single fucking crap you throw at us. And it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt us. Because we have the biggest hearts of all. If we are that big ass animal, imagine how big our heart really is. And just because you don't see the tears coming out of my face doesn't mean I don't cry at night. Don't mean I don't cry. But look at the bull, right? What do they talk? What do they say the devil looks like? Angry beast with horns and hooves as feet. How about that shit? What other horoscope in the Capricorn, another earth sign, has horns and hooves? The hooves in Whoville. What's another one? Sagittarius, right? Because he's half. He's a centon. Centon? No. Centurion? No. Centaur. He's a centaur, right? The Sagittarius? Half man, half beast? The body of a horse? A torso of a man? I wouldn't fuck with that one. I know he doesn't have horns though. But that's what they called the devil. And I have been playing along. You want to make me the villain in your life? I'll be the best villain there is out there. Then I won't have to do anything. I'll string you along like little puppets. Isn't that how it reads in the tarot cards? What the devil actually does? What the devil actually does? But that's not the correct depiction of the tarot cards. I mean, I'm gonna pull it out for y'all so you can see, so you can remember. I need an authentic one. Let me see this one over here. Like the original. Oh, so sorry, Sheila. The original. The original making that, right, Aleister Crowley created. I fucking hate that guy. He just created this version of an archetype that made you believe you had no power. When when in fact the reality of it is that you're the devil controlling two people in your life. When the devil card comes out. I know, a lot of you are going to say, no, that's not correct. Look, what does attraction say? Like attracts like. Means the people that you're around all have a deception about you. And that you all do the same thing. Maybe not in particularly the same way, right? Because your gifts are different. But, right? This is the depiction of the devil. Except this guy don't have hooves as feet. But, you understand what I'm saying, right? Right? I like this one too. His fucking feet are like hands. That reminds me of the chameleons. Like all of their feet are hands that are like gripping. But still with the horns. I don't know why the red skin. Like bulls, they're not really red. But I think if we're playing in the mud and sometimes the dirt is red, well then you're red. I'm gonna take it as you will. It's just open discussion today. Who sings that song? I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Seal. And no real can't be beat. I want to fly. Fly right into the future. Do 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 do. So yeah, that's vulnerability today, y'all. Vulnerability. I think I'll go through each zodiac sign and be like, okay, now that I pissed you off and I have your attention, let's talk about your shadow. I guess I could do that here, right? We're at 40 minutes, but sometimes videos that are too long, the children today are very speed it up. Or wait. I think the people who speed it up are waiting to get to the end of the tunnel and be like, okay, where's my prize? I did it. It's the journey. The journey is to empower yourself in your self-worth, not your net worth. Because you can have all the money in the world and be fucking poor inside. This is why people work out. Because of the body. It builds up self-worth within you. It builds up your thicker skin. It builds up your core. It builds up your strength. It builds up your endurance. It builds up your mentality. It's kind of like if you're a runner, you're running away from the shadows so that they don't catch you. Of that clear thinking. It does clear the thinking. Yeah, it does. So you build your self-worth so that you can become peaceful amongst the thorns. For those people who used to pick cotton or pick roses. That's funny. Should we throw down? The beginning of the word teeth, tea, is like tea time, a story. So I know that I'm not the only one that had some fucked up family members. Because all the tarot readers that I listen to, the good ones, I should say. That's a fucked up thing to say. The ones who really put themselves out there and really talk about what really happened to them. And this is why we relate to so many fucking card decks of verbiage, of vocabulary, of what could it be? You know why? We read cards, read books, because we're never going to get those words from those people. They will never admit it. So, this is why our cutoff game is strong. Because we had to adjust to that knowing that it was never going to happen. I was never going to get an apology. I was never going to get some type of responsibility of their accountability. Because I was the youngest one of this family. I was supposed to be taking care of the child, the baby of the family, the runt, as someone would say. No. Nope. It's coming out here to a different part of the world, and you see people with their kids. It's wild to me. I used to cry in the bathroom a lot, especially at work. Woo! So much. Because I would hear these working moms talk about their children. And they would like, I have to go, my child needs me, something happened at the school, blah, blah, blah. And I would just be like, she just dropped everything she was doing, didn't even care. Because she was working off of commissions and she went to go take care of her kid. She dropped everything for her kid. And the supervisor was telling her, I can't let you go, I don't have anybody, I don't know when. It's an emergency, sir, this is what emergencies are. And she fought him. I have to go. Fire me, don't fire me, I don't care. And she walked out. Yo, I was blown away sometimes at jobs when I would see stuff like that. I was like, they do exist. Seeing it, that was like, woo! I would run to the bathroom and fucking cry my eyes out, and I'd be in the mirror crying. And some of the girls would come and follow me, and she's like, dude, what's wrong with you? What happened? Why are you crying? And I would tell them. I was like, those moms really do exist, huh? Woo! She's like, what do you mean, honey? Honey? Honey. Over here they say honey a lot. What do you mean, honey? Honey? And that was a trigger because it reminded me of things from the past. And I was like, yeah, those parents really do exist, don't they? Yeah, wasn't? Nope. I couldn't even get my mom to a PTA meeting for my band when I was in band, let alone. If I was sick at school, I had to suck it up. I wasn't getting picked up. It was a really rare occasion she was awake because, you know, her medications would knock her the F out. Mental illness just makes people run away from their problems. It's kind of like a clutch to say, I can't get up and work. I can't get up and do this. I can't. Shit, I remember I had to go to work because going to work means I didn't have to deal with that mental issue today. And I could focus on something else rather than what the fuck was happening at the house or family or whatever. And go to work. Fuck this shit. I'd rather be there than be here. So some of y'all who just go to work just because to get away from the people at your house, is that why now you're a workaholic? Is that because you really don't want to be there? Because of how they treat you and they think it's we're fine, we're joking. What? You started it? I'm serious. People grow, people evolve, people change. Things change. When suddenly someone tells you, like, I don't want to joke around like that anymore. It's not funny anymore. It hurts my feelings. Oh, you just changed the dynamic of the partnership, dude. And like, wait, what? What happened? What's wrong? La la. Like, dude, we laugh at those things. Remember, it used to empower us. It doesn't empower me anymore. You calling me a bitch. I don't like it. I never liked it. But you were the only friend I had, so I had to deal with it. I remember for a long time I had to deal with this one friend who would hit me. And I think about it like in the movie Friends. Remember when Joey dates that girl that hits her? And Jennifer Aniston is like, oh, Joey, come down. She's like fucking 4'11" or whatever. And she hits you. And he's like, she can throw a punch. She's like, yeah, right. And then they all meet at the cafe. At the Center Peck, whatever. And she runs up to her and she's like, oh, hey, whatever. And she like hits her like on the shoulder. And she's like, oh, whoa. Yeah, oh, come on. I'm not that strong, blah, blah, blah. And then when it went at it and they were like hitting each other. And then like it got to the point that Joey was like wearing like fucking 5 layers of sweaters. Protection? Insulation? Covering? Comfort blanket? Or was it from a form of abuse? I don't care if you're a guy or a girl, and I don't care what your height is. Some people's shadow is really dark and twisted. And will hurt you. Because that's their shadow. That tells me that chick should have been like a boxer, an MMA fighter, something like that. That's another way of looking at your shadow. I was made to shut up, so this is why I talk. I talk about things that nobody wants to talk about. Because these are the things we need to talk about. Call it a therapy session. Call it whatever you want. I don't care. NF was right. Sometimes we do need to talk about some things that are hard to talk about. To know that you're not alone in it. And this is why we say you're not alone. Every single one of us has some fucked up story about our family. Every single one of us has some story where they made you feel ugly. Every single one of us has some story where you were not good enough. You didn't fit in. Your race, your culture, the way you speak, because you drop so many F-bombs, whatever the case might be for you. But they judged you automatically by your appearance. Don't judge a book by its cover. You gotta read it word for word to understand it, to walk in their shoes, to know what it is that they're feeling. Think about Eminem. We didn't know half the shit that he went through into his life until he sang about it. Yes, and I'm gonna say sang. Because he's singing his heart out. Because he's transmuting that negative energy into something positive. All that hurt and pain into something that motivates you to get up and be like, you're not afraid. You're not afraid, and you're not the only one. Get up. So let us all take a stand today with much love and light. My name is Connie, and I call myself La Supra Cobra because it sounds funny. Because I like it. I like things that rhyme. Because we're in the year of the snake. And why not? And if we're in the year of the snake, well, guess what? I'm a cobra. What snake are you? My house is Slytherin. So, see you later. With much love and light. This is Saturday. Saturday. Saturday, 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 Saturday. We transmute the bullshit energy. Pack it up, write it down, paint it out, trash it out, set it down, give it away, let go of it. Some things you don't need in your house, let it go. Donate your crap to somebody who doesn't think they're crap. Divine Mother loves you. All fathers love you. Love you for who you are and the way that you are. Every single one of you, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Virgo, Leo. I did the first 6 on the horoscopes because those are daylight savings times. Those are their times in the day. For the night ones, it'll be a different type of segment, which would be Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Now, I know the darkest hour is at 9 o'clock. That is between Libra into Scorpio. Scorpio has a darkest hour, 8 to 10. They like to dive in deep and dark. And I want to do all those in a night segment. At night. So we can really tune in and tap on to the energy of the trueness of who you are. With much love and light, I am La Supra Cobra, the one to tell you how it truly is. We don't sugarcoat things here, but I can sprinkle it for you in pieces that are digestible, in steps of processes, so that you can dive into the truth of who you are and know that you're great, even with those crooked teeth. I love you all dearly. And if I've been hard on you, I learned the tough love way. And I can make it nice and sweet. I can. As you can see, I didn't cuss on this video at all. When I cuss, it's when I'm really passionate. It's when it really means the most to me. because you're effing up. And I want you to have the best life you can on this planet. Because you can. You just gotta believe it. No matter what they tell you or how they tell you, to break you down and hurt you and make you into little pieces. But remember, we're all little pieces in the big scheme of things. The bigger picture is constantly moving. It's a motion picture, y'all. So keep on moving. We keep rolling, 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 rolling. Hey, could keep rolling, 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 rolling. Come on, Fred. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. We keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Now, I know you all want some of this right now. Yeah, I love Fred Durst. Adiós, con mucho cariño y amor, como siempre, siempre vamos a hacer lo que es lo mismo. We are the same. We're always the same, and much love. We always bring that love. Sometimes it's tough. Sometimes it's sweet. And today, it's sweet. I love you all. Don't forget that. Every single one of my subscribers, thank you. Thank you for putting up with my ass. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the cross watchers and writing your stupid little comments. Ah, my teeth. Come at me some more. What else are you gonna say? Tell me something I don't know. Tell me something I don't know. Don't let them win, y'all, because you guys are amazing. And God sent me to tell you that. For the journey that I have gone through, and many of y'all will have gone through. So let's talk it out. Let's be there for one another. Let's make this humanity it was always meant to be. Supporting one another. Not envious and hateful. Because my magic is different from your magic. And if you want to learn something I know, I'm more than happy to teach you. But give credit for where it's due. That's all. Thanks, God. She made me. Adios.